let's get into the dailies. We have joining us Mr. Wale Fatade, commissioning editor of The Conversation Africa. Mr. Fatade, good morning.
Morning, Garde. Good to see you.
Good to see you. It's the day after the Council of State meeting that came up with a lot of outcomes. So maybe we'll start with this Nigeria and take a look at how it's reporting that event from yesterday. Clemency, pardon, the presidential bonanza. That's how this Nigeria puts it.
I like that.
Bonanza. Because 175 inmates, Macaulay, Vatsa, Lau, and others have been granted full pardon. By the way, it's quite interesting to see Herbert Macaulay's name mentioned with this crop of names.
I was shocked that he's still regarded in our books as a convict.
Amazing.
Yeah, and as a nationalist of the highest level.
In fact, the statement had to mention him with Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Yeah, I was shocked about it.
The co-founders. Well, I think the context of mentioning Nnamdi Azikiwe is because they co-founded the movement in that sense.
National Youth Movement, I think.
So that was why it was mentioned, because a lot of people thought, did he get pardoned as well? How did this come about? But his name was mentioned in that context. But Herbert Macaulay, then fast forward to, Maman Vatsa, then all the way.
Yeah, and I told myself to Farouk Lawan, someone whom I know. I mean, I'd interview him. I was shocked that Maman Vatsa, I like him as a person, but I wonder why he alone was singled out. What about other coupists? There should be further context. And I think for our colleagues in the newsroom, those are things that you should follow up on, not just regurgitating that list. And for Farouk Lawan, I think his political career has just been resurrected. I think so. He's coming back. I remember he's from Kano State. Kano is strategic to the president.
Let me ask the usual question.
Okay.
What does he bring to the table?
Well, apparently the president must think he has political value. And globally, presidential pardons are used as political instrument.
Right.
They are used as political instrument for the president to achieve whatever he wants to achieve. Though the major difference between what our president did now and the US example that we always copy is that they do this at the end of their tenure when they are leaving. And serious criminals have been pardoned by both Clinton and even Obama and even Biden and Trump.
Trump himself.
It's common. It's a political instrument.
Interesting times we're in.
The propriety or otherwise of it is left to people like you and I and citizens to conjecture or to talk about. But usually all presidents do that.
Just to mention also the Ogoni 9, Ogoni 4 as well.
Yeah, and I was wondering that they now gave them, I think, either a posthumous or not, whatever. So why not give the 9 to that?
As you said, perhaps it would be good to understand the rationale as well. That was
context should be further provided.
But overall, it's been said that it's prerogative.
He's the president. Yeah.
So he chooses in that sense.
There. But then the citizens, the president serves at our pleasure. He's there because of our votes. The citizens too, we have the right to analyze and dissect. We should not just be acquiescing or be genuflecting. We have the right to discuss and let the president know our feelings.
Fair points to make there. But that wasn't the only thing that came out of the Council of State meeting. And we'll just flip over to the front page of the Vanguard newspaper. First off, Vanguard newspaper takes a departure from all of the big stories. And for days now, it's been talking about infrastructure.
Yeah, I watched that one. I mean, I read that one about was it on the show? I watched that yesterday.
The roads.
The roads in South.
In fact, they did a series of roads across the
journalism.
Country.
Yeah,
exactly.
Journalism are part of the society. Beautiful and vintage journalism.
Sort of setting the agenda as it should be. They have other stories, but today they're focusing on accommodation crisis, particularly as it hits varsities, students and parents will. 105,000 battle for 13,000 bed spaces at UI Unilag.
I can speak to that. I can speak to UI very well.
We're suffering under pressure. That's coming from the students, Nance. Agents make life unbearable for students' parents. That's for those who want to get accommodation outside of the school. Stress of commuting from home affecting our studies. That's from the students.
Definitely.
And the FG saying we're pursuing PPP approach to solve problem. Mr. Fatade, you can speak to that. A lot of Nigerians can speak to that.
Yeah, I go to UI frequently. My current job makes me work with academics principally. So every time I had the opportunity, and then University of Ibadan, that I'm a proud alumnus of, hold special memories for me.
Makes the two of us.
Yeah. Oh, you went to UI too?
I did.
Oh, good. Communication and language arts. I was in sciences. So and then what was your all?
Kutiel, the very best one.
Oh, the Steve people. I was in Independence Hall. So my friend, who we were roommates together, as a professor in UI now, is my very good friend. We were roommates in 1990-91 session. So I said, well, let's go to our former
residence,
where we stayed together. I stayed in India all throughout my stay. So that we went to B51 or B57 we were. And I was shocked. The room has not changed. And I left here in 1994. So I was same thing. And now we were 4 originally, but each of us had a quarter. So that make it 8. Now we asked the students there. They said there are 12 in the room. That was in April.
So to be clear, that room is about.
You know it.
4 meters.
You know it. I'm bad with dimension. And I was like. And I told my friend that I don't want to mention his name, and then we went with the old wording. I don't want to mention his name too. And I asked them that, guys, can a normal person, and then I went with my cousin, who is a old wording too, a senior lecturer, associate professor, is a old wording, in another hall of resident in IUI, not your Kuti though. So, and I said, can normal person come out of this place? So in my final year, I stayed in D block, which was 2 person per room, D block of Zeke and Indy. And we went around. And one of the things that shocked me again was that most green areas that we had during that time had been dug up with shops and kiosks built ostensibly now to make more money from. And then I have friends who attended OAU, Akintola, Awo. When I go there now, I can't stand that place. And I wonder myself, there was a time the UNM pictures came out, maybe a year or 2 ago. No normal being can come out of that place. A friend of mine whose daughter gained admission to UI about 3 or how many years back, said when he saw, whether it was in Queens or India or, those are 2 halls, that she said, no, my daughter cannot stay here. So she had to go to a private hostel on campus built by St. Anne's Church, Monliti. And that's where we are. And so I do not think any normal person, an average university graduate now in Nigeria, public university, must actually be traumatized, staying 4, 5, 6 years in that environment. And that's serious.
We're not even talking the bathrooms yet.
Oh no! You can't do number 1, number 2. It runs away.
It is a tough one, but we must fix this. As you said, this will affect the quality.
Definitely.
We get eventually.
I got friends who have university housing, as in academics now. These are not junior professors, senior professors, who have had to spend their own money to renovate.
Oh yes.
As a matter of fact, my own brother-in-law, I know those things in Ife, in UI, University of Lagos. They spend a lot of money renovating their own official quarters.
So it's great to hear
that something is being done about that. I was watching Dr. Alausa, the Minister of Education, saying that something. But again, I hope it's not too little, too late. Why did the federal government, wait until the ultimatum has elapsed and they said they are not going on? I think by Monday now, they are going on 2 weeks warning strike.
Hopefully they will be able to solve that. But I was saying that yes, ASU and all of the other unions are clamoring for improved working conditions in terms of wages. I'm sure
you and Jeffrey and go are talking to Mr. Jomomo too. So an average worker has the right to demand more, better from his employers.
But who's going to be fighting for the students is the point I want to make.
The other thing we must recognize is that progressively, and I use that now as what's this thing we use in is it irony or in literature, that student unionism has been progressively weakening.
Is that more political than anything?
Yeah. It's not really the kind of debate that we had in those days, the kind of arguments, the kind of quest to lead better lives, the kind of education we got. Informal as it were, not just the one that were teaching us in the classroom, whereby you wanted to go to SRC meeting those days at the Student Union building in UI. You have to be reading books and just to lace it up with quotations. We were willing to learn, despite the information at the fingertips of the younger ones these days. I do not see that kind of consciousness, the kind of political awareness That was in our generation. Possibly the military rule helped us because we just wanted democracy.
We're going to have a conversation with some of the university unions on the program today, and this will definitely come through. But I must also mention, it's not like we've avoided it. We're just speaking to other issues. The new INEC chairman story.
Oh, wow.
Nigerians' parties set agenda for Amukpiton. Council of State approves appointment. ADC to Amukpiton. Be loyal to Nigerians and not ruling party. And you see Obedient saying, this is what we expect from new INEC boss. All of those you find on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. There had been a build-up to this election.
I think for me, the ADC and the PDP, the Obedient people, they are the ones saying what we should be saying. It's up to us now to ensure Professor Amukpiton do the right thing. He's been appointed, and you and I know he will have smooth passage in the Senate. So his antecedents at certain level might not be important now. I say at certain level, and I say that very carefully, but his performance in the office. And with due respect to friends and family who are professors now, it doesn't mean unless you are a professor that you can be. One of the worst elections was led under a former professor, Professor Morris, who by all accounts is a fantastic scholar. As a matter of fact, one of those mentors of the late Dora Queenie, Professor Morris, who is a professor of pharmacy, well cited, well researched globally. But we saw the mess that made of election. So all of us, I was watching what you did with Charles Itodo. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yeah, those are the kind of things that we should be doing. Setting an agenda. And the conversation, we have published an article, and I hope we will publish that now, about 4 points. 4 issues that should be his top priority. So that's what we should be doing. He's been appointed. There's
a major concern, Mr. Fatade.
I do too.
One, people have said, why always a professor? Why? Because ASU, as we speak right now, Mr. Fatade, is still fighting for their allowances and all of that. So these are not the most, let me use the expression, taking care of people.
Yeah,
and history has called us time and again.
Now my professor friends and sister will not, she cut off my head. They are susceptible to extraneous influence and to graft, but nearly all Nigerians are.
Valid point there. Nearly all human beings. All human beings.
No, some of us are more. We are more. You know, when you are hungry, there are different degrees of hunger.
So again,
so someone who has not had breakfast now, this is just some minutes past 7. Yeah. The hunger is still manageable. But when you start getting to 12, 1, 2, and you know that saying in Yoruba that I'm literal translation now. We are saying don't eat your enemy's food, but the friend has refused to cook.
So just get your cutlery and visit your enemy's house. We'll wait to find out, but it's important we're setting the agenda.
Yeah, that's what all of us should do, especially now as journalists. What are the issues we have noticed? What are the infractions we have noticed? What are increasingly we are seeing more litigations arising from election. Yeah. And he, as a professor of law, should know that most than any of us, that look, what does this mean? And then INEC keeps racking up judgment debts. They keep retaining lawyers to prosecute those things in court. So
that's a bright side, seeing that he's a professor of law, senior advocate of Nigeria.
Oh, yeah, so
that. Well, the Guardian newspaper is next, and Mr. Fatade, again, it's not the big stories you will think. This is about World Mental Health Day. 85% unreached as Nigeria buckles under a massive care gap. And I'll give some highlights from the front page. Only 9 psychiatric hospitals serve 220 million, as 40 million Nigerians suffer illness, with only 25% able to access mental care.
That statistics. It was the late Senate President, Chuba Okadibo, that paraphrased a philosopher that statistics are like bikini. They actually cover more than what they reveal. I think that report should have gone. Which paper is that? The Guardian?
That's the Guardian.
Yeah, they should have gone ahead to let us know how many number of psychiatrists are actually available now. You'll be shocked. And I've always had this very funny belief that an average Lagosian is mentally ill. You live in this environment with all we are desensitized to bad things. We don't see anything wrong. No, I'm not sure all of us in Lagos will pass mental health evaluation.
I imagine a lot of Lagosians saying I reject it.
No, it's not a question of reject. Because when you are, every time you get outside the country, you come back you will know how close to the shadow of death that we are living in Lagos. And so if we are doing mental health, if we take it more seriously, we will see the huge gap. I mean, there are some behaviors you cannot, as we were driving in this morning, there was this gentleman that wanted to drive facing oncoming traffic on the expressway. I mean, is that not mental illness? And sometimes those of us trying to do the right thing, you ask me, well, allow him to go. Now, is it not just him? It's just him. Now, nobody will arrest him. So, how many people are there? And it's something that we need to shine more light to. That mental health, psychiatrists are living. I imagine now for residency, how many people want to go into psychiatry?
There's also the psychologists as well.
Yeah, clinical psychologists.
Whom you'd need.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
How many people are applying to study psychology? As a matter of fact, how many universities are actually offering BSc psychology again?
I can tell you a good number of them. In fact, I've seen a lot of young people say...
Are you sure it's not industrial psychology they're offering?
No, psychology.
Is it clinical?
In fact, you can escalate it into clinical psychology.
Yeah.
Why? And I think this...
I know there's a department of psychology now. They are old you are.
Oh, yes. And yours faithfully.
Oh, wow. That's how you graduated from. Wow.
But, you know, we're in a situation where there's a lot of need for mental
counseling. Yeah, we could have remediated that by propping up our guidance and counseling units, which nearly all universities are studying. But even when they study that, schools that have guidance counselors rather, are they actually counseling? Are they not teaching again? They don't take counseling serious.
In fact, the cartoon.
And the family values or the family structure extended now that we actually depend on, they are broken. Or they are breaking down.
I must mention the cartoon on the front page.
Is that Mr. and Mrs. or the guy there?
No, this is a Guardian. It shows a patient seeing a doctor that says your vital signs look good. I can give you something for depression. But you can see there's a load the patient is carrying. Uncertainty, financial stress.
You imagine the stress parents are under now, September and October, with school fees alone.
You can say that again, Mr. Fatade. Well, from the Guardian newspaper. The Guardian newspaper also leads, the New Telegraph rather now from the Guardian, leads with something from the Council of State approving INEC chair, Mokpito. In fact, a lot of them joined virtually. It was a sort of hybrid Council of State.
So did President Obasanjo and President Jonathan, did they join virtually or they did not join
I think they joined virtually. I saw even former head of state, Babangida, also virtual. So, I didn't see his picture, but I saw
so why are we saying they are absent?
It was a hybrid
meeting. I heard that was the announcement that was made. That's not hybrid, and that's the way the world is going.
Right, and a lot of them are actually
these are old people. I mean, traveling is not it's not pleasurable even for younger people now.
It isn't. So that's an angle
let's not make a mountain out of a molehill.
So all of the highlights from the meeting, but this tinted glass matter, Mr. Fatade, I need to point it out. Yes, the police made an announcement yesterday that they have suspended the enforcement, that they don't see any court order that is clear on that.
Ben was not truthful, and I hope he's watching that, because Josephine Ade, the FCT police PRO, actually accepted that there was a valid court order. So why would Ben say that? I hope he's watching. No.
So mixed messaging, almost
which for us in communication, you and I know when you do that is to confuse. When you are being economical with the truth, and when a security agency charged with maintaining law and order is actually in the forefront of anarchy, that's serious.
Because the courts in Warri Delta State said
Federal High Court, valid court order. And by the way, kudos to you guys again. That wonderful lawyer you brought on was that Tuesday? The guy Malachi, the guy he broke it down. So it's actually, in fact, the fine is 3,000 or 2,000. So how many people are you going to prosecute for that?
And the challenge now, Mr. Fatade, is even getting that documented.
Oh, the thing I heard, well, if it is not true, the police should come out and challenge that, is that there is a contractor now that has been warehoused to be doing that. So you have to pay extra beyond what you pay. And I told my friend who is a lawyer, I said, advocate, I said, if there is anything, if you guys are able to prosecute this very well, all of us will be friends of lawyers.
So all eyes on that court.
And all eyes are on MBA, which for is actually a public interest litigation.
Yeah. It has come up time and again. I think with the
and the answer is going to be annual.
Oh yes.
Who does that?
And I think the conversation we should have, Mr. Fatade, is police needs more funding. If this is the way they want to go about it, let us know. So let's have the conversation. How much more funding do you need?
We have said it, if you remember, sometime past, there are other things police are doing now that can make more money. Those guys, they are attached to different organizations, different, the money...
They're already getting money from it.
Yeah, the money, does it go to the police account?
It should go to the police account.
You didn't answer my question. Does it?
It should go
now,
to the
your
police
answer
account.
should have been, I don't know. So if that money...
it should go to the police account.
Look at the football matches in England. When you require police protection, the police charge money for that, to keep the stadium safe. So the police can make money through other means, spread it around. It's not for... if public transport were effective or efficient or robust, nobody who needs a car in this modern place, in the modern city. But because public transportation is collapsed, that's
you
why.
have to pay for your vehicle license.
Yes, which for us in Lagos keeps rising every time you come back to renew your vehicle license.
You have to renew proof of ownership.
And how people understand that every time you come back annually, it has jumped up. And we pay for radio license, we pay for TV license with it. So,
then you have to pay for tinted glass permit.
And you pay for roadworthiness.
Oh yes, even though some of the roads are not worthy.
So,
a lot of more vehicles are not worthy, particularly the public transport.
Yes.
We must say that. Well, let's go over to Friday leadership, Mr. Fatade, and it speaks to one of the agenda, or at least one key line in the agenda being set for the new INEC chairman, and says ensure credible elections. New National Electoral Chief Amukwiton urged.
That's all.
How law professor was chosen as INEC chair at Council of State meeting. ADC, Yaga Africa, Transition Monetary Group, others react, and there's a breakdown of who he is, or at least the build-up to electing him, all of the previous chairmen from 1960 to 2025. That's what we have on the front page. Mahmoud Yakubu, Atahiru Jega, Morisiu, Abel Gubadia, Ephraim Apata, Samad Dagogo Jack, Okonoya. I'm from Wosu, whom a lot of people remember.
Ovie Whiskey.
Yes, Victor Ovie Whiskey, Michael
I interviewed him
and Ayo Eswa.
Eswa, yeah.
So 1960 to 2025, now we have Josh Amukwiton, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, taking the helm now. We've talked about this a lot. We're still going to talk about it on the front page, but Mr. Fatade, I need to sneak in sports this Friday.
Oh, I love sports. So what do you want to say? Is it the loss of
Super Eagles?
Golden Eagles or
No, please don't remind me of that loss. Funny, that was embarrassing.
Very annoying.
Very, very. But Super Eagles will fight till the end. That's coming from the captain. Today we have a qualifying match against Lesotho. We have 2 matches to go, Mr. Fatade, and we'll fight against.
Hold on. Are there still Nigerians who think we are going to walk off?
Mr. Fatade, that is what we're good at. Hoping, praying, and expecting the best, even though the evidence might point to the
I wish them were. I'd zero my mind in that earlier I was in the States for my alumni reunion around April, May, and here was my friend's son saying, Uncle, are you coming back
for the World Cup?
For World Cup? I said, look, Daniel, I would love to come back, but I'm not sure. Your dad's country is actually coming here, so I'm not sure.
I mean, you don't have
he said, oh, we want to watch together with you. I told Dad, I said, no, Daniel, I'm not sure. So I'd accepted it that we might not.
But even if we want.
But even the deduction of points for South Africa, it's not going to help us.
It favored Benin more.
Benin more. So, and it's going to be. We've had people forget we have had 3 coaches prosecuting this campaign. 3. Who does that? And you still expect success? No, that's not optimism. That's blind one.
Mr. Fatade, please give a word of encouragement to the Super Eagles as we wind down.
Oh, I wish the players were.
Thank you very much. We'll hold on to that. And I'm sure you'll be watching the match with one eye. As a journalist that you are.
You are correct with that metaphor, with one eye. I'm not going to watch with 2 eyes.
One eye is enough.
I want my blood pressure to remain stable, and I don't like figures, except I can't balance. I'm not going to be pumping and wondering that you get these points. There was a radio station yesterday night that I listened to an interview with the Lesotho the Lesotho football team press officer. And he spoke very well that it's so painful to them that Nigeria is not coming to play that game in Lesotho, but they are playing it in South Africa. He said, but you guys remember we got a point in Abuja or in Nigeria.
Yes, we know, but never say never. It's football, Mr. Fatade.
If you get your 6 points, are you saying you will hold the legs of Benin guys? They will not win any game
in prayer and fasting.
Oh, goodness me.
Mr. Fatade, we have to thank you so much. I mean, give us something to cheer this Friday.
Oh, well, for Nigerians who still hope that we'll win World Cup, I wish you all the best.
All right, we'll take that.
May your optimism never come down.
We'll take that, Mr. Wale Fatade, Commissioning Editor of Conversation Africa. We have to thank you always for your time and wish you the very best. And see you at the World Cup. We'll take a quick break now, and when we return, unions in Nigeria's universities are protesting. What are they protesting about? Don't forget, we've talked about the condition of facilities in our universities. So we'll be speaking with one of the top unions next on the program. So stay with us, we'll be right back.